Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a quick natural for a job interview kind of look for you. I want to show you what I do to get my face to look good but not cakey. So I personally have a lot of trouble with foundation on my nose area. Anywhere past like here on my nose, especially the bottom here, I have a lot of trouble keeping foundation in that area. So this is kind of catered towards more complicated skin, if you will. I had a job interview recently, and this is what I did. It lasted all day for my interview. I actually had two that day, but let's kind of keep that on the low. But, I mean, it went really well. I don't know if I got the job or not, but it went really well. My makeup lasted all day, so I'm going to kind of walk you through what I did. Let's jump into this video. So, first of all, you want to prime. Now, I personally have mega pores in this area. So, of course, I primed there with a pore filling primer. So the two that I like, depending on what you're into, will depend on which one you pick. This is the Makeup Revolution London Ultra All Day Prime and Anti-Shine Balm. So it's just a compact. It's supposed to be a dupe for Tatcha and what's the other one? And like the Putty Poreless Primer or something by so this has actually been out before, I believe, both of those. I'm not, Tatcha is a little more hydrating, whereas this one is more like filling like the Putty, I think. So it's just a white thing you rub on your hand. The other one I like, and it's not the actual Maybelline one, but this is like the cheaper version of the Maybelline, and it works just as good. So this is the Caria Babe Skin Pore Eraser, and this one is pink. So I like that. And then for the rest of my face, this, I don't know where I got it. A friend gave it to me. She didn't like it, you know, whatever. This is the new Clinical Deep Crease Concentrate, and it's pretty amazing. So all it is it's like liquid, as you can see in the little dropper, and it's really moisturizing for the rest of my face, and it's actually pretty sticky, so it works really well as a primer. Or I find it works really well for a primer for me. I don't know where you get it, but I really like it. I don't believe she said, oh, sorry guys, I dropped a brush. But I don't believe she said it was too expensive, but it's really nice and I really enjoy it. So I think today we're going to do a little bit of both. There we go. So I'm going to take off my glasses. And I'm going to put on a headband. Just like that. And this does have a mirror in it, so it's a really nice compact. So you just kind of rub your finger in it. And I'm only going to put this on one side of my face, and then I'll do the Babe Skin on the other side. So there's that one. So as you can see, it kind of helps reduce it a little. And then, as you can see, it's like a light, like salmon pink. Okay, sorry about that. So now you just kind of push this into your skin. And I did put a little on this side right here under my eye, just because it helps to smooth that area out for me. Okay, so now that we have that part primed, now we're going to take the liquid, the one drop, just rubbing it in everywhere. I'm going to do like half a drop on my forehead because I missed that area. I'm just going to rub it in, and then if you hear that, like it's really sticky, and it's honestly a great grip for your makeup. So now we're going to take something a little different, if you will. So I have two different foundations here that I'm going to use. I have the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in 435, which is Rose Vanilla. And then I have the Healthy Foundation by Physicians Formula in LC1. So what I like to do is do, I don't know, like half a pump of this. And this one is very liquidy. So, there we go. The way I apply this is first I dab it I mainly focus the foundation on my cheek area because, as you can see on this side, my cheeks are really red. The chin, just like that. Take one more pump. And then, as you can see, my nose is a little red. So then, I'm going to do this here, 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 and here. And I'm just going super lightly. And then I'm going to also drag this down my neck. This is obviously my summer shade, and I'm not quite to this shade yet. So now, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Y6. It's now considered the M6 or something. But I have the gold one, so that's what it's called. So then I take this and I just dot over everywhere. And I mean, I get it looks like a lot, like when you're looking at me applying, but it's really not that much. So I like to tap it into the skin. And then, of course, like on my chin, I drag it down. Just like that. You just kind of tap it in. And that also gives you the most coverage, especially like if you have redness like I do. Like, as you can see, that's completely obliterated my look. Or not my look. My redness, because that's pretty much my main problem, is I have a lot of redness and then like a few pimples here and there. So now I'm going to take what is this? This is the Hard Candy Color Corrector in pink. So what I do with this is, because I don't want to really add any concealer, I feel like that's just a little too much product, is I take this to brighten up the eyeball. And it's really lightweight and stuff like that. So, like that. I'm also going to take a little bit on my nose. So since I'm super pale right now, at least, I find that pink, like a light, like salmon pink corrector really does well for me, at least. Now, I don't know if you're darker, if it'll work the same. Okay, so I have a little mini sponge I do this with. As you can see, like, it doesn't look pink. It really is super lightweight. You can still see all of my freckling and all of that. Now I'm going to use the brush and just dab everything together. Just like that. Now, we're going to take, not you, oops, you, and I think you too. So now everybody can do their eyes different. Wear whatever color you're most comfortable in. So now I have the, my nose. I have the CoverGirl True Blend Contour Palette. So it has a highlight, a contour, and a bronzer. And they are all creams. So I use the contour shade, obviously. And I use like a foundation brush, like the flat ones. Just really put my brush in it. And then I'm going to carve, not carve like hardcore, but this is a more natural way to make your contour look natural and snatched. So now, if you see that line, I'm just going to line it. Just like that, as you can see. And I don't do my forehead or anything like that. So then, as you can see, I'm pretty carved out. Now I'm going to take the flat brush And I'm going to blend it out with the same brush. Okay. And then I'm going to just dab to smooth out the lines a little, just to make sure there's no, again, harsh lines. We don't want. Oops. I spilled my. Okay. So as you can see, very nice and natural, and it really brings shape to your face. So now I have the Dream Wonder powder, and this is in Nude number 40. So with my skin so fair, this works really well as a bronzer slash contour shade. So I just take it on my Wet n Wild contour brush. And this is like a very natural bronzer, at least for my skin tone, and it does add a little bit more coverage. So just like that, and then ow, my toe. Okay. Look and make sure this is right. Perfect and perfect. And I still have that glowy skin going, so it looks pretty natural, I would say, at least. So now I'm going to go in with some blush. I personally, especially in the summer, like orangey blushes. And then I have a shimmery pink blush. So this is the Ulta Beauty Flush Blush Natural Finish in Pink Prosciutto. There you go. And these are magnetic, so you can pull them out of this and put them in a palette. So I like to just do one swipe like that. And then I like to go in and do a few swipes of that. Just like that. Now that we're done there, I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And then again, I'm just going to use my brush to lightly pat over to make sure it's all cohesive. Okay, okay, so now I'm going to take this. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth Set Powder in 120. Pressed powder. So I'm just going to really tap in and then go under the eyes and lightly powder the nose. I'm going to bake under this line here in a minute just to make it a little more, I want to make it more like formed, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to use this little flat thing that comes in most. This is an e.l.f. one actually, but I put it in this compact. So then I'm going to do that on one side. And then perfect. So just like that, and then now we're going to go in with highlight. So this is the Makeup Revolution Strobe Lighting Palette. I actually got this for free. I spent like 15 bucks, I believe. It comes with 3 shades, so it has a white shade, a golden shade, and a pink shade. I'm going to mix the white shade and the gold shade. Or something like that. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Then I'm going to use just the white this time. Perfect. Okay, and now we're going to wipe that away. So as you can see, that highlight is popping. Now we're going to use some setting spray. You want to make sure not to get this homemade setting spray in your hair. It kind of makes it a little sticky, but... So I just like to spray that everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere, girl. So then I just like to take a flat, like, I don't know what it's called, like velour puff type deal. So this setting spray, if you guys want me to film a video and tell you like how to make it, I can do that. It's really nice. It's hydrating. It really sets your makeup, and it gives you a slight like dewy finish. Just like that. And then, where is it? Oh, here it is. Now I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Concealer. And I actually use this as eye primer. I find it's what works best. So now I'm just going to use a large eyeshadow brush by Wet n Wild. It's just flat. I find this is a really good way. So just like that. Now, this eye look really depends on what colors you like wearing and where you're applying to. So where I went was Ulta, and I also did Sephora. Just like that. That hides all the veins, everything we don't want anybody else to see. So, I'll let that kind of tack up a little bit. So what I've really been enjoying doing with my eyes, at least, is something very simple. So today I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Shimmer Eyeshadow in Fairy Tale Ending. So it's more of like a really shiny, beautiful purple, like light purple. And it also can reflect like a little pink, depending on what shadows you use with it. So I personally love pinky, orangey shadows. That's just the way I am. Like, that's what I enjoy. So today I'm going to be using the Festival palette by Profusion. So you get 35 shades for like $12 or $13. Now mine did get messed up because my boyfriend knocked it on the floor and broke some of the shimmers, which is fine. Not too worried about it. But that's kind of what happens when your boyfriend's a dork. So I'm going to take this Essence Eye Blender Brush by Essence. And I'm pretty sure I already said that. And I'm going to take the orange shade here, which is called Beat. So I'm just going to tap into this. I'm going to set my palette down and grab a mirror so that I can see what I'm doing. And I have it right beside me, like right out of camera's sight, so that I can just kind of keep what I'm doing. Okay, so I want to try a different brush. Here we go. This is a Wet n Wild Blender something brush. Just like that. And you have to remember so I don't set my concealer like ever when I use it on my eyelid, at least. So I'm just placing this as my transition shade right now. I like to bring it up to like the start of my brow bone, or like the end of my brow bone technically. So then we're going to go in crease. So next I'm going to go with the one under beat, which is Hot AF. So it's just like a corally shade. Yeah, this one is a little more pinky than orange, but I really like this in the crease. It's nice and bright. So these are a little chalky, like when you're getting it out of the pan, but on the eyes, you don't really see any kind of fallout. So I'm going into Hot AF again. I'm gonna place and swipe. So just like that. Now I'm going to go in with a smaller crease brush. This is the Small Blender 923 by Amor Us. And I'm going to take Playlist, which is just a darker, this one right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to flip you guys off. Or did I? And that's what I'm going to use to really deepen the outer edge of my eye. So I love using blushy tones, but I know some people like wearing red, some like, you know, whatever color you like the most wearing, whether it's browns, neutrals, whatever. I would say that's how you should do. So I'm just putting this in the outer corner and blending a little. And then I'm going to take Totally, which is like a dark, hot pink. Like it's... Now this one is a little rough. It looks darker in the pan, to be honest, but it's dark enough for what I want, at least. So I'm going to, again, just focus this. I'm really just focusing that on the outer V of my eyeball. So just like that. So I'm done with my palette. So we're going to go ahead and put her up. While we're finishing our eyes, I'm using the Taffy Go Lucky flavored lip gloss. It's just pink by Victoria's Secret. Just kind of soften up my lips a little bit before we go in with lipstick. So the great thing about shimmer eyeshadows, or just cream eyeshadow in general, okay, I lost my pad in this, but whatever, is the fact that you can really cut your crease and focus on where you want to put it. So as you guys can see the white on my eye, I did that on purpose. Just like that. So as you can see, it's super shimmery and it looks amazing. And we only use 3 colors with this look. Just like that. So we're done with the cream. Now you just gotta let it dry. And this one you don't really want to blend over it because it does flake a little. after to dry. Anyways, if you do it beforehand, you're fine. So I'm going to take that same brush we had. I'm going to go in with the more like corally. And then I'm going to take the deep pink we used on just like that. And then I'm going to take my sponge just like that. I really like cleaning it up. And then I'm going to take, what is it called? DJ, which is like a super light pink. I'm going to take that on my pinky. And just like that. And then I'm going to take this orangey shade. And then I'm going to mix that pinky shade in. Just like that. So I'm going to use a brown eyeliner actually. I haven't really been a big fan of black recently. So just had that chocolate.